Now, I did say it would go wrong, but it actually hasn't yet. So it continued to go great. So we won 3-2 at Havant and Waterlooville, the usual suspects scoring. Great game there. And then a 5-1 win against Weymouth. Huge. Nathan Delfonso scoring. Finley Crass wading in. Dino scoring. What a guy. I did field a weakened team and we did lose on penalties in the FA Trophy to Carshalton. Probably butchered that. 5-2 win against Taunton. We got back to it. The game was actually played when it's meant to in this. Wow. I thought FM was realistic. That's just a typical, like, Jove score three. It's just a standard. Just I like creating chances. I like giving those a shots. It's just, you just got to use your best players to their strengths, really. 1-0 win against Dartford. I like those sort of grinding out victories as well. They're really good. 3-0 win at Eastbourne. 1-1 draw against Stevenage. Look at that. I thought it was at the F Cup. Second round, Finley Crass has scored in the 92nd minute. I've been using him in midfield a little bit as well. And then Bath 1-1 draw at home. The winning run does come in, but we're still drawing. So unbeaten. We did lose the replay at Stevenage. That is actually, well, excluding the FA Trophy defeat. So it's actually our second defeat of the season. But yeah, so we're still unbeaten in the league, and that remained for the next two games. Despite now, we get a lot of red cards. We won 1-0. We were a bit jammy in this game, but that's what counts. And then a 2-0 win against Tonbridge meant we were top of the league halfway through the season, despite having minus 10 points. Now, this all looks great, but I'm not counting my chickens. The unbeaten run finally ended in the league. 2 on defeat against Chelmsford. It was always going to happen, wasn't it? But we bounced back on Boxing Day with a 3-0 win against Truro. How different that was from real life again. But then January happened. 2-2 draw at Truro, bit disappointing. But Dino, look at that. Dino scored in the 92nd minute, and then Matt Buse has equalised in the 93rd. Matt Buse, nothing against Matt Buse. He gave it his all for his club. Oh, then drew again. I know, drawing games, disgraceful against Eastbourne, come from behind. But then we ran out of steam, a bit of fatigue. Maybe players got unhappy not playing. Started to reek through. A 4-1 defeat at Maidstone where everything just went wrong. I mean, Jarvis still scoring, obviously, but everything went wrong. And then a 3-2. Oh, that. I was in such a grump after that game for like at least a minute until I played the next match. 3-2 defeat against Dover. So back-to-back defeats. No win in 4 in the league. 1 win in like 6. Meant we are now 3 points behind Yeovil. We're still in it. If that's our wobble, we're all good. I mean, and just to remind you, obviously, we would be quite a way in front if with minus 10. But we can't say that all season. We're just trying to win the league. If we don't win it, come seconds or third, I guess. But second, so you get 2 home times, hopefully, in the playoffs if you're successful. Squad's narrowed down a little bit now. You're sitting them a little bit out of form, but it's going to happen. For them to all drop out of form and then come back in strong at the end of the season, you're going to drop form at some point. It just happens. The best players, like Jack Stobbs, is actually apparently the best performing player. A couple of quite bad injuries, and he's just recovering from one now. But Jarvis, obviously, is the player of the season. Lapsey have been great. Nathan Delfonso, done really well since come in. Jarrell Sellers, Bill Silver done all right. Brad Asher worked hard. House have done well in the end. He's had a lot of good games. But Keith Rating's really weird. If your team's winning like 6-2, you get 7.4. So I did feel like we conceded quite a lot of soft goals. But yeah, after that awful defeat to Dover, we did win 4-1 against Chippenham, despite going from behind. And then a crucial 1-0 win at Worthing. Jarvis missed a penalty in that one, but Lewis Collins scored a late winner. What a guy. February, 2-2 draw against St Albans. Frustrating again, just losing stupid points. And then 1-0 defeat against Starts. 2 home defeats now. And a 2-2 draw against Braintree. I had a bit of a team meeting. Jenkins Davies rescued a point in that one. Conceding soft goals. And players just gone off form up front. The creative players not maybe doing enough. Meant we had to down to 3rd place behind Weymouth now. And 5 points off Yeovil. And it's starting to look like maybe it would be playoffs. It just happens. Like again, the form, people were struggling a bit. It's still, whatever happens at the end of the season, it's going to be a big rebuild job. It's a big rebuild job to get them ready. A good National League / League Two team. It was in order. And a lot of players are coming to the end of their tenure. But it's just about extracting what I got from this team. There was a feeling with me that we had gone a little bit too early with our peak, but we'll see. Crucial win at Farnborough. Draw again, though, against Aveley before a crucial win at Weymouth, when we're really battling them for second now. That's the table look like. The title realistically has gone. There's 9 games to go. And even we're getting to the point where if you take away the 10-point deduction, we wouldn't even be first if we keep dropping points. We've just drawn too many games recently, and that's disappointing. But Weymouth have dropped off a bit. The main thing, we get second and try and win the playoffs. the aim this season from the board was mid-table with like the points deduction. But yeah, my aim is to win the playoffs, and either way, just keep improving. There's going to be a big rebuild going into next season, whatever the result. After that 3-1 win at Weymouth, drew 2-2 against Dartford. Again, that draw really kind of ended our title aspirations. But a 2-0 win against Taunton, 2-1 win at Tonbridge, and a 3-1 win against Hampton set up a huge game at Yeovil next. We had to win, really. If we want to keep the title hopes alive, we had to win, because Yeovil's not to bubble. If Yeovil win, it's all but over. But unfortunately, the title race really kind of ended here. 2 late goals by Yeovil meant we lost 2-0, which, look, sort of winter form really killed us off. But the main thing now, build momentum and try and win the playoffs. So we just need to finish above Weymouth. We're now 10 points off Yeovil. So they literally just need one more win to win the title, which is a shame. But we've done brilliant this season, and even now we'd be level. We'd actually only be ahead on goal difference without the points deduction, which I like to kind of look at. But get momentum now. Big last 4 games, get second place secured, and then try and win the playoff. Thankfully, we scored second place with a good end of season run. So a 5-1 win against Weston-super-Mare, back to our best. Frustrating 1-1 draw at Welling, that's fine. But then a 4-2 win at Bath, which was just brilliant. Sealed second place before a 2-0 win against Havant on last season, set up nicely to go into the playoffs. And yeah, Worthing came third. Weymouth came 4th in the end. Worthing lost their first 2 games, I remember. First 4, 3 or 4 actually. I remember them being on 0 points with us. Taunton went down. Truro about to go down. Yeah, did go down its final table. So Truro went down, Chippenham went down, Hemel went down, Dover South stayed up. Yeovil obviously won the league. So that's then the players going into it. This is my sort of team. Crass got a bit out of form, but Moxie was into centre back quite a lot. Asa Hall have been playing a lot. De Silva gone into fringes. Tomlinson never really played. Booth never really played at all. Defonso picked up an injury which ruled him out of the last month, but still had I mean, this striker partnership was superb. Stobbs back from injury, did pretty well, and Collins had a good season as well. Lapsy was also a star. Now, the inevitable happened before the playoffs. Mark Olstead, my number 1 all season, got injured. My number 2 isn't Reece Lovett. He got sold in January on a free transfer. I did bring another young keeper in. I mean, that's bring Joe Watkins, so I signed a number 2 to replace Lovett when he went, who's a regional level keeper. I just had to chuck him in for literally his professional debut. It's such a huge game. I guess this is why you should have a stronger number 2. But again, it was a bit of a tough season in that case. Now, this was the semi-final. We played Farnborough. Now, we blitzed Farnborough into the 81st minute when Ollie Younger, my centre-back, got the only goal. So we won 1-0. Literally, it was 21 shots to 1. And Watkins must have done a good job. He was commanding. He did what he had to do in the game. And we won 1-0. It's such a nervy game. The amount of chances we missed was ridiculous. But we won 1-0 at Playmore. Oh, imagine that in real life. Horrendous. Going into the final. Another twist in the keeping category, though, before the final. I had a big decision because what I'd done in the last month, I'd set a load of players for release, which I didn't want next season. And I signed some pre-contract youth players out of the Arsenal and Chelsea youth academy. I just wanted good young players coming in for whatever division I was in. This is one good young Jamaican keeper. You can see he's got a lot of ability. Again, it would have been his professional debut. So I've had to play a keeper who was rated better or who I was going to keep next season. Who might even have been my number 1 next season at this stage, or I play a young keeper who I'm probably releasing at the end of the season because he was just an understudy. I played Noah Cooper, which is brave and harsh to the other one, but going forward, I want this keeper. And if he can do well in this, he can do well in anything. It was an even game until the inevitable happened. Aaron Jarvis at the back post on the corner made it 1-0. However, Worthing did equalise. It was, it wasn't Noah Cooper's fault. He had quite a decent game, actually, but on the turn and a shot. But early in the second half, we scored the winning goal, which saw us get promoted to the National League. What a finish by a Spanish winger from a Lewis Collins knockdown. We won 2-1. Cooper had a good game. That was the team that got this club promoted. Sellers had a bit of a poor game on the day, but we have done it. We've done the first hurdle, which is, despite the points deduction, get out of this division. Well, I'm going to build a young team. I already have started building it as well. Get a load of young players, technical players, and we're just going to go at the National League in full momentum. Build a team around Aaron Jarvis, who ended up scoring 46 goals in all competitions, 43 in the league. Just ridiculous. And you're going to see a few players coming through down here who are going to be starting with me next season. But we did have a bit of a rebuild, but you're going to see that in the next part or the next video. Thank you so much for watching part 1, season 1 of this, and we'll see you in season 2.